and I'm the founder of Rora. And in this video, I'm just going to go over how does working with a Rora Career Agent work. And so what I'm going to cover today is 1, what do we do? 2, who fits our service? 3, how do we charge? And 4, walk through some of the tools and documents we use to help you with your career. So at Rora, we see that the greatest cause of failure in our careers tends to come from people problems and not technical problems. Poor soft skills should not block your career growth, but it does because no matter what your technical achievements are, your work will never speak for itself. So there are 2 types of professionals that benefit from our service. If you fear damaging relationships or looking greedy when it comes to negotiating, you might have a mindset of destructive modesty. And if you find that in negotiating, you don't have trouble speaking up for yourself, but the other side does not listen to you, you might have a mindset of crippling ego. Both of these mindsets ultimately lead to brooding distrust and a suboptimal negotiation. The key is to have the negotiation skill of how to speak up for yourself and be a team player, a mindset we call curious advocacy, and that creates win-win negotiations rather than win-lose. Ineffective negotiating results in leaving significant value on the table. For example, with offer negotiations on your own, you may negotiate your base salary, but what you likely don't negotiate are the 10 other dimensions and terms such as expectations with your manager, projects, and the many different parts of compensation. By negotiating with curious advocacy, we find the intersection between your career needs and your employer's business needs. My vision for Rora is to be the professional in your corner to help you negotiate for more meaning and money in the long run of your career. And this is why we only charge if we have increased your job offer. And we even have our guarantee that if at the end of your negotiation you don't agree that Rora had an impact, you can pay whatever you think is fair. Yes, that includes nothing. I designed our business model to be sustained through win-win long-term client relationships, not short-term offer negotiations. And so now I'm going to take you through some of the documentation we use when working with you. The first is our communications log. You are negotiating with companies as soon as you begin speaking with a recruiter, and we keep track of all communication between your recruiters, managers, and you in this log. Here we are tracking deadlines of offers, next steps with each company, and then here we work together to edit and frame your communication so that it's heard. We practice with you by doing mock negotiations, and we make sure to prepare you for any and all of the objections that you might hear and any tactics that you might encounter. The second document we use is an impact roadmap. And so you cannot effectively negotiate for what you want if you don't deeply understand what your manager and team really needs you to do in the role. And so to achieve this, we help you ask questions to understand the expectations of your manager, the role, and company, and then align the understanding with your manager in a document we call an impact roadmap before you negotiate. So in this document, we're outlining our understanding of the technical role, broad responsibility, and then specifically your understanding of what the team's responsibilities are, your understanding of what your responsibilities are, and then a timeline by month on the key goals that you'd like to achieve in the first year, as well as your long-term career vision. This alignment and trust frames the negotiation away from a zero-sum compensation negotiation. The next document is our spreadsheet for determining the compensation asks and counters. And so here what we do is we track initial offers, what we are asking, counter offers, and for every single offer that you have in your negotiation. Throughout your negotiation and career, we're also available on demand via WhatsApp because we know that career situations can feel very time sensitive. And then once you've accepted and when you start, we help you nail the first 3 months, which is critical to defining the trajectory of your career inside the company. And so we help you with identifying the key stakeholders, really having a deep understanding of what the company and team does, having an understanding of your role and your priorities and how your performance is measured, the OKRs and goals, how do you do communication with your manager, how do you update your manager on your work, how do you do one-on-ones with key relationships, how do you understand your manager's goals, how do you have a process for feedback, how do performance review processes work inside your company, and then what are your longer term career goals overall. By understanding all of these things, you will understand the broader system you work in and be able to work smarter, not harder. If you work with us in our Career Advancement Service, once you've ramped up, we help you advocate for your career development needs, navigate challenging interpersonal dynamics, and navigate company politics. This exercise here is designed to help you have the hard conversation with your manager about your career needs, and do so in a way that has your manager on your side as an ally, not as an adversary. You first seek to understand how you might be held accountable for potential bad performance by defining with your manager at the bottom half of this ladder. Then you share with your manager with potential good performance how you would like to be supported in your career in the top half of this ladder. As you progress in your role, we also help you effectively negotiate a promotion with this promotion bar framework. Promotions are investments companies make in people. They are not given simply for doing good work. You have to perform at the level you want to be promoted to for a period of 6 months to a year before you get promoted. And so what we do in this document is define what are the expectations for performance at the next level, which we do in this first column. Then we do a self-assessment of our own performance in the second column. In the third column, we align with our manager's assessment. And in the fourth column, this creates gaps to which we have next steps to close. The best way promotions are achieved is when this is an ongoing conversation for months, and after all the gaps are closed, your manager is your champion. Once you have your manager as your champion, you still need to politically drive this within your organization. Promotions are a story of your impact, not just the work you've accomplished. And so this final template is to help you provide the documentation and pitch necessary so that your manager can effectively advocate for your promotion within your organization. We cover a brief argument for promotion, the scope of your role, performance metrics associated with your role, how you've demonstrated impact at your current role and at the next level, with testimonials and references.